Jessica Quezada. I am 17 years old and a senior in high school at ASU Prep Digital. I serve on the Roots and Boots Youth Committee, primarily in hospitality and sponsors. I assist my committee chair in creating sponsor contracts each year. During Rodeo Week, I balance running giveaways, preparing swag bags for our sponsors, and check sponsors, committee members, contestants into the hospitality tent. I also ensure that each person and sponsor is getting the most out of their experience at the Roots and Boots Rodeo by bringing cold refreshments and meeting any of their needs. In order to tell you about my experience as a volunteer, we'll have to rewind to when I first started volunteering for the Roots and Boots Rodeo. I began volunteering through Queen Creek 4-H. When I first started as an usher for the Roots and Boots Rodeo, I was so excited to be around the rodeo scene and to take in all that it had to offer. I always looked up to the committee members in the red shirts and would always ask Myrna Flores how I could get one of my own. Between my constant asking and my jokes, I think I probably annoyed her enough to put me on the very first Roots and Boots Youth Committee in 2017. It worked out quite well for me because I finally got a red shirt of my own, but not so well for Myrna Flores, who has never stopped hearing my jokes since. I soon realized that it is much more than just a red shirt. It's constant planning and preparing, long nights, communicating between each committee, and considering every detail involved in a plan. As an usher, you never truly get to see how much effort and deliberation goes into each rodeo. Being on the committee has opened my eyes to how many moving parts there are involved with rodeo. To ensure a successful rodeo, each committee and person involved needs to communicate and come together in order to better understand the product in its entirety. First question, how would you describe the work ethic seen by the Roots and Boots committee members and volunteers?
You know, that's one of those organizations that volunteerism goes a long way. I have not seen any of them that hasn't gone 110%, as they say, in their activities, their enthusiasm, and their ability to get the job done. It's just one of the most fantastic organizations that I have been associated with.
To say volunteers are important to the Roots and Boots Rodeo would be a complete understatement. The whole rodeo is put on by a group of very hard-working individuals. To put on the rodeo, it requires a lot of communication with each other to ensure that we are keeping the community, welfare of the animals, and contestants in mind. There are several different aspects that go into planning a rodeo, and when it comes to planning, we do not skip any of them. When I first started volunteering as an usher in 2016, I never truly saw how much work went into the rodeo because as an usher, you only see a small portion of it. Later, when I was asked to be on the youth committee, I witnessed it for myself. It opened my eyes to see how many different people are involved in the planning to make sure everything goes well. We have committee meetings monthly, but when we leave those meetings, the work doesn't stop there. Everyone is constantly working until the rodeo ends. Even after the rodeo ends, there are several people still packing up and cleaning and planning for the next year. Serving as an usher and now on the youth committee has been such a rewarding experience. We have volunteered to help other rodeos in our state, and it is very interesting to see how other rodeos run their own rodeo and what they do differently and how we communicate. It is important as people who continue to learn from each other. There is always something we can improve on. By attending the National Finals Rodeo, we had the opportunity to meet with other committee members and attend workshops, and by doing so, we were able to create new ways to bring more people into our own rodeo. I have learned such a strong sense of community through this rodeo, and this experience is one that I will always hold close to my heart. As my journey on the Roots and Boots Youth Committee comes to an end, I want to say thank you. To my friends on the Youth Committee, thank you. There will never be enough words to express my gratitude towards each of you. I am beyond lucky to have worked and been surrounded by such caring and radiant individuals. I know as we all graduate and grow old, the friendships that we have formed over the past few years will last forever. Thank you to each and every person involved with the Roots and Boots Committee, Roots and Boots Rodeo, including the board, committee, youth committee, and volunteers. I am grateful to have been mentored by such hardworking individuals. Thank you to Mayor Barney and Vice Mayor Benning for allowing me to film this video with you. It was an absolute pleasure to work with you both. Serving on this committee has taught me so much and given me so many new opportunities. I will forever be thankful to everyone who has supported me along the way. I truly appreciate everyone who volunteers at the Roots and Boots Rodeo. Without you, it would not be possible.
Jessica is one of the most hardworking people that I've ever met in my entire life. She's super dedicated to us. She'd do anything for anybody that's there. Even if she doesn't know your name, she'll come and she'll check on you, make sure you don't need anything. She's an awesome person.
Oh my god, her work ethic is incredible. She is always working, whether it's school, Roots and Boots, applying for colleges. She's just like 110% all the time. It's like you have to force her to sleep. Like, she doesn't sleep if you don't tell her to. Like, she is always going to do the best she can and always improve something in some part of her life, which I just think is amazing.
Jessica's work ethic is out of my league, out of everybody's league. I don't think I know someone that has stronger work ethic than her. She's responsible, she gets things done on time. No matter how many things are stacked up on her plate, she makes sure she gets it done.
I think she's one of the leaders of the program. She is setting an example for all those that associate with the program and associate with her. I think a lot of them have a hard time keeping up with her activities and what she does. So, I don't know that there's anybody working harder in the youth area of the program that Jessica has over the past few years.
It's more than a rodeo, it's family.
It's more than a rodeo, it's family.
It's more than rodeo, it's family.
It's more than a rodeo, it's family.
It's more than rodeo, it's family.
It's more than a rodeo, it's family.
It's more than a rodeo, it's family.
It's more than a rodeo, it's a family.
It's more than a rodeo, it's family. It's more than a rodeo, it's family. It's more than a rodeo, it's family.
It's more than a rodeo, it's a family.
It's more than a rodeo, it's family.
More than a rodeo, son. It's family.
It's more than a rodeo, it's family.
It's more than a rodeo, it's
More than a rodeo, it's family.
It's more than a rodeo, it's a family.
It's more than a rodeo, it's family.
I'm honored to say that the Roots and Boots Rodeo is more than a rodeo, it's family.